Hi everyone, I hope you enjoyed the last lesson. We are now going to move on to lesson number 5, which is all about angles in two-dimensional shapes. I've included the song again. I hope you enjoyed it if you're able to listen to it and get up and move around to it. Alright, let's start off with a review of two-dimensional shapes that you learned in the previous lesson. So you learned about triangles, which are shapes that have 3 sides. They may look a little different, but as long as there are 3 sides, it is a triangle. You also learned about the quadrilateral, which is any shape that has 4 sides. So remember, some of these may look like squares, or maybe some shapes you've already seen, and although they have different names, they are still classified as quadrilaterals because they have 4 sides. You also learned about the pentagon, so this is a pentagon, and this is also a pentagon because they both have only 5 sides. And then you also learned about the hexagon, which is any shape that has 6 sides, whether it looks like this, or it looks like this, or any other variation. On the bottom, I've included a heptagon, which is a shape with 7 sides, and I've also included an octagon with 8 sides. So you don't really need to know these shapes, but just if you're interested, those are their names. Alright, so you also learned yesterday that 2D shapes have their own attributes. You learned about the sides, which are the lines that make up the shape. And you also learned about the vertex, the corner where 2 sides meet. So for example, this shape has 4 vertices. Today we're going to talk about angles. So an angle is formed when 2 sides meet, and they form an angle on the inside of the shape. So for this quadrilateral, because it has 4 sides, I did mark the angles with the green circles. So there's an angle here, an angle here, an angle here, and another one here. So this quadrilateral has a total of 4 angles. You can always find the angles by looking for the vertices, those corners. The angle is going to be on the inside. For this part of the lesson, I have included a little review right here, what I just talked about. And for this, you're going to type in the information that is missing. So what I want you to do first is drag the green circles on top of the angles, and then you're going to write the number of angles that that shape has. I did this one for you. You do have to do number 2, 3, and 4 on your own and type in the amount of angles. For this, it's a little more of the same. You're going to drag the circles to the angles and write the number. But on the side, I also want you to tell me what type of shape it is. So for example, for number 5, you do need to write what type of shape this is, and I have a word bank on the bottom. You're going to do the same thing for 6, 7, and 8. Then finally, you're going to drag these black circles to the shapes that have 5 angles. There could be 1, there could be 2, there could be 3, there could be 4. Who knows? All right, I'll see you for the next lesson.